We previously spoke about adding different views to databases. This is a great start. What we didn't mention is that you can add these databases to any other page in your Notion workspace using linked views of databases. Linked views allow you to embed the same database in multiple locations and then customize that view for different contexts so that you're accessing the information you need in the best format in the best place, allowing you to complete your tasks with ease. To create a linked view of any database, find the page you want to add it to. Let's go back to our example page from the beginning. And then we're just going to hit enter / to bring up our content blocks. We're going to search for linked view of database. Select this option. And you'll see we can either add a new table, so a new database from scratch, or link it to an existing database. So we're going to link it to our personal tasks now. And you'll see either I can add a new view or I can pull in an existing view. So I'm going to add a new table view. For now, I'm going to change this to a board layout. We're grouping by status. That is fine. Select done. And then under property, visibility, I'm going to toggle due date and priority as on. Now we have a linked view of our personal task database that we can interact with. So we can open our pages, move things along, and that change is going to be reflected everywhere because we're working with that same data. Now, one of the other benefits of linked views is that we can add multiple linked views to the same section. So on our original database, we can only add different views of our task database, but in a linked view setup, we can click this plus icon to add a new view. I'm just going to add an empty view for now, linked to our personal projects. And I'll start with a table view, but I'm going to change this to a gallery view. We'll call this projects, give it an icon. And then under card preview, I'm going to turn this to none, hit done. And then under property visibility, I'm just going to show progress. So now we have a view of our personal projects and tasks side by side. And if we wanted to hide this title here, we could just hover over, click on the 3 dots and select hide database title. And that creates a cleaner look. As you can see, linked views of databases open up a whole new way for us to organize our content, making sure that we can access the data we need where we need it most. So thinking about a personal use case, if we come back into My Home, you can add a linked view of your team tasks, your team projects, any other databases, and you can filter all of that assigned to you. And now you have created your own personal workspace where your personal tasks and your work tasks live alongside each other without impacting the rest of your team. And you could even take it a step further by adding an icon to this page, adding a cover. Let's go to Unsplash and search for some clouds here. And now you can access all the information you need, not only within your workspace, but within your own individual dashboard. Now you have 2 options when it comes to your action tasks. If you are working within your company's workspace and you have access to your team tasks at the moment, my recommendation would be to follow this through and try adding a linked view of your team tasks database to your homepage and then filtering it to only show those assigned to you. If your company's workspace is still in the build stage, not to worry, we can still work with the databases we've got. In this instance, we're going to come into your personal task database, add a new page. We'll call this Mastering Linked Views. We can then open our page up. We'll open it up in a full page view. Click in, and here we can add our linked view of our database. And the first one we want to add is a linked view of our personal tasks. Add a new table view, but then we're going to change it to Kanban board. We'll call this tasks. Make sure that we're grouping by status. And then under property visibility, we'll turn due date and priority on. You can move these around if you wish. And then we're going to click and add a new view. And this time we're going to go straight to gallery here, link it to our personal projects. You may have to search if it doesn't come up immediately. Select new gallery view. Now, by default, my card preview is not shown, but if yours is shown page content, you would just go to card preview and turn it to none. And then under property visibility, we're going to toggle progress on, and then we're just going to change the name to projects. You can give these icons if you want to. We'll move our projects first, and then we have our tasks, and then we're going to click on the three dots and hide our database titles. That's it. Congratulations. At this point in the course, you have learned pages, content blocks, and you've mastered databases. In this final section, we're going to look at effective organization and communication in Notion so that you can ensure that you're showing up productive on a daily basis. This lesson has been part of our Navigating Notion series. You will find access to all links and resources in the description below. And if you have any questions at all, please do leave a comment. I'm here to help. If you'd like to continue watching, I recommend this one next.